Some of those answers are going to be, Mr. Zukas is going to answer those today. However, my concern with the agenda when it was posted was really the transparency of what parcels, what property, where there's supplements to that agenda. So we can go from that angle. Thank you for your time.
Any other public comment?
Morning, Mr. Tuttle.
Morning. Jeff Dunkel, Palo Alto. 8 elected officials not here at 9:25 this morning. Again, all collecting about $100,000 a year salary and benefits. Just continued thumbing your nose at the taxpayers. An average employee in this place would be fired for that. Also, there was a right to know document that was received stating hourly rates, the amount of hours expected to work. I would assume that line item was, there was nothing on the top. And that stated 70 hours for the average employee in the courthouse and 60 hours for elected officials. It's a document that was derived and sent from the county to the requester. It's amazing, 60 hours. There might be one person in this building that's an elected official that does that. The rest probably don't even do half of that. I would almost guarantee it. I like to gamble. I would definitely say none of them would do half of that. Speaking of, it's been 735 days since Ms. Gaffney stood here at this podium and claimed she was on FMLA. The reason why she worked less than 100 hours for 6 months while collecting that $100,000 a year salary and benefits package. She still has yet to come and explain that. She was also told by 2 people not to make the statement that she was on FMLA because it is 100% illegal to do so as an elected official. But she still thought it was a good idea to do so. So again, we'll request her to come and explain that. But seeing that it's last week was exactly 2 years since she stated it, I don't think we're going to get an answer from her. And nobody up here is holding their feet to the fire to come and explain it or even show up for work unless there's a tour. Also in the agenda, I see Vision's getting more money after the shoddy reassessment. I don't know when the bleeding is going to stop and how much more money they're going to get. Hopefully I see Chrissy here. You guys are voting on it. Hopefully you guys are well aware of what this is for and why every month it seems like they're getting more money after this debacle. There's still lots. I mean, I see dozens of them. No images up, no pictures up. I mean, I don't know when that's going to be updated. There's things in there that say the property was purchased in 1776. I got at least 5 of them sent to me. I didn't know we had records going back to 1776, but there's plenty of them. So hopefully we can get an update on that. And lastly, I just want to thank Paul Dottie and Anthony Curran for taking my comments 2 weeks ago regarding some issues serious and requesting an outside investigation. I believe it's McNeese Wallace who's handling it. Oddly, after I made those comments 2 weeks ago, 2 commissioners sitting up there frantically and panickingly were making calls and texts to multiple people, including county employees, right after the statements were made. So I would like the 2 county commissioners to explain that, because I will be doing a right to know request for all calls and texts. So I would like them preserved, and I would like that on record. They are subject to right to know, even if it is your personal phone call or your personal cell phone, because you were conducting county business. So Mr. Rice can look into that, but it is proven, it is a court case, and it's been proven that way. So I hope we're not going to brush this under the rug and enable this type of behavior to continue, because we did with George, and then there was another Jane Doe victim, and then there was another one, and apparently this one was involved with George. So it seems like it's Halkovich 2.0, and the taxpayers should not be paying for it. So again, I would like the answer to why 2 commissioners were frantically reaching out to people.
That isn't true.
Okay, would you like to make a comment on that?
We just took your statements and did what we were supposed to do, to ask what it was, and we launched an investigation because we needed. Jeff, you came up here, took a grenade, pulled the pin out, threw it in the room, and didn't give us any information. Okay. I asked you, and you didn't. So we had to ascertain if it was just a rumor or if it needed an investigation. So we just asked, was a comment made? And then
it's more than a comment. It's more. Well, I know you're well aware of it, so.
But I'm just saying a comment was made, so we followed the proper procedure.
I understand that, but it's a grenade because of what happened.
No, but what I'm saying to you is we followed the proper procedure. There's nothing wrong with asking, hey, because Jeff, as of right now, the only thing we have is your comment.
Okay, and trust me, there's a lot more coming. because there's a lot more people willing to speak. And I spoke to Miss Denise from McNeese Wallace. Trust me, there's a lot of people talking. There's a lot of people that sent me many things about this relationship and how it happened and what happened and a timeline, and it does not look good.
And
And
did you say it involves George?
that's a whole different one. It involves you. Let's put it on record. It involves you. And George was also involved with this person years ago. And some of the people in this room know this because of what happened in this courtroom with that person. In this building, in the courthouse, not the courtroom. So
When?
George was in office.
Okay, well, there's other, okay. It's under investigation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Larry, can I address two things that he said? On the pictures, I can tell you today, we sent an email, we sent the email a few times on the photos. Today, they requested us to give them an uploaded picture and the PIN number to see if they can get that working. So we are in the process of working on that. Yes, it should be working by now, but for some reason it's not.
Vision that's doing that?
Yes, yes. The other thing, the 1776, nobody called our office, made us aware of that. So if you have a few of them, come over to the office, give it to us, and then we can look into it and see if we can get that part straightened out. But if we don't know them, we can't look into it.
Is the photo uploading, is that costing the taxpayers anything extra, or is that?
No,
Okay,
no.
all right, thank you.
Well,
Okay, any more public comment? Frank, give your presentation, and this is not up for immediate vote today, that's gonna be voted on tomorrow, or next Wednesday.
Copies of the map that give you a little bit more indication of what we're talking about. Thank you. And for the record, Frank, the school district and the municipality have already been contacted, right?
Yes,
They've already approved this,
right,
or in the process.
So we don't even consider unless the municipality and school district have already approved ahead of time, so.
correct. School district took action last month and the township took action in April of this year.
Thank you, Frank.
What you see is a map of Monterey Township, and the area that's shaded in gray represents the I district, the manufacturing district. That encompasses about 1,900 acres within the township. It's all vacant land. It's predominantly previously been used for coal operations over the years, either active mining or in support of active mining. And it is now being presented to the commissioners for your consideration. As has been traditional, our task has been to work directly with local municipalities and eventually school districts on economic development projects at the local level. LERTA has been a keynote of an incentive program that existed since 1978. It's active in multiple school districts and multiple communities within Schuylkill County, and it's a very widely used program up and down Interstate 81 in other counties, and to that extent, anything that happens with an economic development project on a larger scale, especially when buildings that are anticipated to be constructed are being built on speculation, the end user ends up being a key element of why the LERTA program is necessary. So a developer builds a building on speculation, and then they look to find a tenant for that building. The tenant is responsible for, on a triple net lease, property taxes, insurance, and utilities. So when the tenant looks at the operating costs for any given location, either here or along Interstate 81, part of that equation is going to be, is there a LERTA in place that we can take advantage of when we occupy the building? So that's been the principal use of LERTA in the last several years. And the township, along with the school district, made a decision that to prompt development within their community, they would adopt a LERTA program that affected the industrial sites within the township. This is an unusual resolution to the extent that they excluded availability to data centers, should a data center evolve within the district. And that's the first time we've seen that in an ordinance, but it is reflected in the ordinance that we presented to the commissioners. I think there is no way to calculate what the abatement will be until something is built. And at that point in time, obviously, an assessment number is put to it, and then you multiply it out by the formula adopted in the LERTA ordinance. In this case, it's a 75%, 25% abatement schedule for 5 years. And after that, it drops to 50-50. So it modifies after a 5-year time period. So to answer Mr. Molesky's question, there's really no way to anticipate what that's going to be. I would note that in the county audit, the most recent one of 2024, note 4 in that audit delineates what LERTAs are in place, what dollar amounts have been abated, and what locations are covered by that. So the audit does pick up that and reference it on an annual basis within the county's jurisdiction. What we would ask you to do, obviously, is adopt this in concert with what was done by the township and the school district. And I can answer any other questions you have, but it's a traditional incentive program that has been used widely and very successfully throughout the county since it was approved by the legislature back in 1978.
I don't have any questions on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
Move on to meeting, children and youth.
Morning, Carl.
Good morning.
Carl Rumble for Children and Youth. We have 2 items today. Both are agreements with the term period July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2027. First is with Family Care for Children and Youth, Incorporated out of Milton, Pennsylvania for their foster care services. Per diem rates are as follows. Family-based is at $79.20. Medically fragile, levels 1 through 4 are at rates ranging from $39.40 through $70.38. And they also offer homemaker services with an hourly rate of $85. Second item is an agreement with Integrated Medical Group doing business as Psychological Associates of Schuylkill County, LLC of Pottsville for their counseling services. The rates are as follows. Psychosexual assessments are at $150 per hour. Polygraph testing is at $410 per unit. Individual and family counseling is at $100 per hour. And group counseling is at $40 per session.
Thank you.
While you're up there, Carl, I want to make a comment or two. There isn't a week goes by that one of us or all 3 of us get a call from an upset individual or a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife about children and youth. And we do our best to try to get to the bottom of all of it. And Carl is very cooperative. He explained what we heard. He tries to put together what took place. And for the first time in my 7 years being here, the lady called back and said, "Thank you." Carl called me, and I'm going to try and help my nephew out who's not doing well. He's in with a foster group outside the county. We're going to try and get him back to Carl. So I quit calling Carl to yell, Carl, I usually get yelled at for being a bad commissioner, but this lady actually called back to thank him. So he does take the job seriously. We do and we get calls about children. We try to figure out what's wrong. And in some cases, you'll put a different agent or a different caseworker on that to make sure. And we get accusations that someone's switched my urine sample and goes on and on. But what I'm saying, I mean, Carl is good about following up, checking in with him. He's never lost his temper or got upset. He just does his best to try to get through it. We try to figure out what's going on. And Gary, I know you get a lot of Gary too. You get calls all the time. So
Carl's been very, very helpful to follow through to make sure the follow-up calls are taken. A lot of times we look at it is when something happens like that, they're stuck in not knowing what to do, so they're reaching out, where they can go or to get help or what's the next step. And again, the office and the agency has been very helpful, through that. And you have been also Carl. So thank you very much for your help.
Appreciate the feedback. Thank you, Commissioner.
Drug and alcohol?
morning, John.
John Reed, Drug and Alcohol. Requesting approval of a contract with Center for Community Resources Incorporated for the period of July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2030 to provide recovery support services at the Schuylkill County Recovery Center with a contract cap of $493,324. Second item is approval of an addendum to Chore Youth and Family Services Incorporated contract to increase the contract cap from $577,204 to $581,109.93.
So I do want to mention about the recovery walk that's coming up in September.
Yeah, we have our annual recovery walk that's going to be September 3rd, Thursday, September 3rd at the Island in Schuylkill Haven. I believe it starts at 6 o'clock is the actual walk. But, you know, we have registration and everything beforehand. Bunch of activities going on. There'll be a bunch of providers there, offering information for services and stuff like that. There'll be food, some entertainment, I believe, as well. So, yeah, it'll be a big event.
I know in the past it's been a great event and more people have been coming out to support
Yes,
that
yeah,
effort of recovery. So if anyone can, come out and definitely be there and help support. A lot of times recovery takes takes that support mechanism to make sure that they can get through it. Sometimes people will fall a number of times, but again, hopefully this group and along with a lot of other volunteers help to pick those people up. So again, thank you for putting that on and what is due day in and day out. Thank you.
thank you.
Emergency management.
Yeah, I'm John, I'm to read those. First, approval of the state fiscal year 2026, 2027 hazardous materials response fund grant agreement in the amount of $14,751. This grant is used for salaries as well as response capability for health hazards, dangers, and risks associated with hazardous materials. Second, approval of state fiscal year 2026, 2027 radiological emergency response fund grant agreement in the amount of $11,155. This grant is used for salaries and the development of improved emergency response capabilities to respond to and recover from radiological accidents or incidents at a nuclear power plant and exercise to measure those emergency response capabilities.
Yeah, Stacy. Yeah, really?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Alcohol.
Just a few moments here. Approval to advertise for demolition projects in Blythe Township, Branch Township, and the Borough of Frackville. Approval to advertise for the 2026 CDBG second hearing and 504 grievance procedure hearing. This hearing will take place on Tuesday, October 13th, 2026 at 11 a.m. here in the Commissioners Boardroom. Approval to advertise for CDBG Community Center ADA project in the Borough of Girardville. Bids will be done via pen bid and must be submitted by 9 a.m. on Wednesday, September 16, 2026. Approval to enter into a cooperation agreement with the Borough of Frackville for a demolition project at 231-233 North Railroad Avenue. Approval to enter into a cooperation agreement with Branch Township for a demolition at 430 to 432 Downington Road. Approval to enter into a cooperation agreement with Blythe Township for demolition at 100 Water Street, Cambola. Approval of a resolution to submit an application to DCD for the CDBG program in the amount of $1,140,301 for federal fiscal year 2026. The next three are all approvals of contracts with Arrow Consulting for engineering services. The first is $14,500 for a rehab project at the Child Development Center in Butler Township. Next is $11,903 for park improvements at the Summit Station Park in Wayne Township. And finally, for Arrow, $14,967 for ADA improvements in West Penn Township. The next four are engineering contracts with Alfred Benish and Company. First is $13,800 for park improvements at the Willing Memorial Park in Tamaqua. $6,850 for storm sewer water project in East Union Township. $21,000 for ADA park improvement project in Euclid Township. $15,000 for a stormwater improvements project in Monument Township. Approval of a contract in the amount of $8,900 with Affordable Construction and Demo LLC for a project at 126 of Barnes Street, St. Clair. Approval of a contract in the amount of $13,872 with Dudash Pipeline Company, Inc. for a demolition project at 516 to 518 East Hancock Street, St. Clair. And then I'm also requesting an amendment to the agenda for 2 items that came in Monday at 4 o'clock. We had a bid opening last Wednesday for Tamaqua, and they notified us that they want to do both the base bid and the alternate project. So they are going to have to submit for a revision, and that revision will be for the 2022 CDBG program, moving $26,633.32 from their demolition line item to the Hunter Street line item. And then in conjunction with that, they will also be requesting that we approve a contract for $139,802 with Ronnie Seafolk Paving, Inc. for a CDBG street program in Tamaqua.
Okay, do we have to take a motion to amend the agenda to add that?
Yes.
Okay, can
Can
I
I make a motion, we can add her two requests?
Second.
call question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes,
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
and these are time sensitive too.
Yes, they are,
Yes.
because it's a street project.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Human Services?
Hello, Sharon of Human Services. I have one item, recommendation that the Board of Commissioners approves the fiscal year 2026-2027 Medical Assistance Transportation Program, conditions of funding and participation, formerly known as the grant agreement, and assurance of compliance.
Thank you. Tax assessment?
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here today seeking immediate approval to approval of an addendum to the Vision Contract Government Solutions Software Contract to complete the Clean and Green reassessment due to the state rates changing. The fixed rate for this reassessment will be $4,800 with the optional print mail service available at the rate of $1.25 per parcel. I want to let you know this isn't at the request of Vision. It's all because of the state changing the soil rates on trees, the soil rates for the Clean and Green. So this will only be done on the Clean and Green properties. So they won't have to go out, do inspections or anything like that. It'll all be an import thing through the software. The reason I'm asking for immediate approval is because, of course, you know, we're getting ready to go into the appeal time. So I want to get this done ASAP so that I can possibly get it printed from my office. We can get them folded, get them out, that we don't have to use them for the $1.25 and save money that way.
Good.
So, all right.
So two questions quick. This is an annual thing, it'll happen every year then?
Not necessarily. It's only if the Clean and Green rates change through the state.
Okay.
All right.
The other one, how many clean and green parcels roughly do we have?
There's over 5,000, but it might not affect every one
Oh,
of
so
them.
you're talking
Yeah.
5,000 out of 90-some thousand?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
And they changed the rates after we did the reassessment.
Correct.
That's what the issue was.
yes. And also, I'm going to talk with our MIS department to see if possibly, if it happens again, that there's a way we could possibly do it ourselves by changing the rates. I don't know because I'm not an IT person, but I will talk to them.
Okay.
All right?
And history-wise, when we did the reassessment in 2025, they used 2024 values, Vision did, we figured that out, they went back and they actually were lower.
Yes.
In that case, the people would put, and it wasn't a big pile of money, but it was the fact that we did the right thing and did, you know, our notice to the owners was, it was based on 2025 numbers. When Vision had done it earlier in the year, they just used 2024. So you do your best because you're trying to do it right, take care, we appreciate that.
And I can tell you, for all the years that I've been here prior, I've never seen that we had to do this. That the state rates changed, but they never changed like they are now.
Can I have a motion?
Hang on.
Just one quick question regarding that. So everyone who's already in Clean and Green, those values are going to be changed and notices will have to be sent out to them to have the amendment of those valuations, correct?
Yes,
Thank
and they
you.
will be for 27.
Right, thank you.
You're on. Can I have a motion?
Motion to grant the request from our chief assessor, Chrissy.
Second.
One question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Treasurer's office.
Morning.
I'm presenting the treasurer's report for July 2026, ending balance in all accounts, $96,893,827.65.
Nothing for the finance office, county administration. Nothing human resource.
Morning, Commissioners. In tax assessment, we have the transfer of Kimberly Grave to clerk Texas 2. Rate is 14.9753, effective 8/17/26, coming from interim clerk Texas 2. In the prison, the promotion of Victoria Morales to lieutenant from correction officer full-time, effective 8/24/26, and the rate is 82,400. Also in the prison, the following 4 promotions: Nicholas DeMarco to correction officer full-time from correction officer part-time, effective 8/24/26. The rate is 26.4555. Baron Line 2 deputy warden from captain, effective 9/7/26. The rate is 92,700. Matt Rose 2 captain from lieutenant, effective 9/7/26. The rate is 86,500. And Daniel Walsh 2 lieutenant from correction officer part-time, effective 9/7/26. The rate is 82,400. 2 items in children and youth, both appointments. Carla Barron as clerk Texas 2, and the effective date on that is was changed at the last minute. It should be 9/14/26. The rate is 17.1681. Also, Jacqueline Schumann to clerk Texas 2, effective 9/14/26. The rate is 17.1681. We've got 3 informational items in domestic relations. The appointment of Melina Kraus, case officer 1, effective 8/31/26, rate is per the contract. In adult probation, the appointment of Alexis Donati as adult probation officer 1, rate is per the union contract, effective 8/31/26. And in public defender, the appointment of Maria Swain, unpaid intern, 250 hours, effective 9/9/26. All appointments pending drug test and physical, all actions involving salary, or for positions being created, pending salary board approval, and we ask for motions on the first 3 items.
Can I have a motion for that?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
New business, we have up here, we have packets here, if everybody wants them for the official thing for the county on NSP and the Brad's land for relief for them. So they're up here, our response letters to DEP. They were mailed and they were emailed, we got confirmation that they were emailed, I think what, emailed back that they were received. So, and I believe they were mailed also.
The county position is,
Well, NSP should, they have the permits, and Brad's landfill should. Summed it up pretty easily. Yeah, no. But there's more details in here about like fine violations, stuff that they've done in the past, like just a litany of history on NSP and Brad's. We included it all in our response letter. So they're here if the public is interested, and there's copies in there. I think there's copies of the resolution too there.
also this week is the annual firefighter celebration. We started Sunday with the memorial service, and what's tonight is Mug Night. Tonight's the dinner.
Tomorrow's Mug Night, tonight's Delegates Dinner, tomorrow's the Mug Night. Saturday is the parade, starting at 1 o'clock and ending at the Fireman's Grove out in Weir City.
Yeah.
Mug Night is at, I believe Mug Night's at the Lyon Township
Right.
Fire Company itself, is the Mug Night's there.
So if you can, Scanner, come on, do the parade, support our firefighters, and have some dinner and have a couple of drinks.
I'm sure Lenny Gingling will be there.
It's just, again, Ryan Township, I think it's just their first that they've ever
Yeah,
done the Fireman's Convention. As you know, it's a small area community, and it's nice to see small fire companies put it on. They're small, but they're mighty. They have a lot of volunteers up there and so forth, so it's good. And also all throughout the county is the support the Schuylkill County Firemen. So.
If you read the paper, during the memorial service, was a call came in, and
Yeah, they had to get out. We were there.
Kind of lead to
They got a call during the memorial service, and they had to leave to respond to a call.
structural fire.
A structural fire, I think it was. So just supposed to support Ryan Township and support all of our fire companies. You know, everybody heard of the one up in Llewellyn, that they can't do their online fundraising. You know, it helps the fire companies. I just don't understand what the big deal is. So hopefully they fix that in Harrisburg. So, okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Salary board? Report of any executive sessions?
None were held.
Public comment for salary board?
Chris Molesky, Norwegian Township. I just want to commend or just give an accolade, an attaboy to you gentlemen or attagirl to Kim. Yesterday afternoon, I had submitted that email request to you folks regarding the LERTA resolution information that was on the agenda for today. So that was handled appropriately, and I appreciate that in a timely manner. And Frank was able to answer some of those questions regarding that LERTA and provide the supplemental exhibits and things, etc. I just hope that on a go-forward basis, even though it was not voted on today, it is a work session and would be voted on next week, that we are able to provide that information somehow, some way, whether website or something, or attachments to the actual documentation for the commissioners' meetings for those agendas on a go-forward basis. But again, that was taken seriously and was handled appropriately. So thank you, Kim. Thank you, gentlemen, for handling that appropriately.
Yeah, thank you. Any other comments for salary board? Let's move on to the meeting. Human Resource Office.
In tax assessment, eliminate the position of interim clerk tech as 2 effective 8/17/26, and clerk of courts, wage increase for Stacy Stoppy, first deputy, to $54,990.63, effective 8/24/26. And in the prison, set salary for Victoria Morales, lieutenant, $82,400, effective 8/24/26. Set salary for Baron Line, deputy warden, $92,700, effective 9/7/26. Set salary for Matt Rose, captain, $86,500, effective 9/7/26. Set salary for Daniel Walsh, lieutenant, $82,400, effective 9/7/26. And wage increase for Kyle Fair, captain, to $87,550, effective 9/7/26. And we're asking for motions on the top 3.
Can I have a motion for the tax assessment eliminating position?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Controller Yekenship.
Yes.
Can I have a motion for the clerk of courts?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Controller Yekenship,
Yes.
Clerk of Courts, DeCashmero.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to set the salary for the prison?
So moved, sir.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Controller Yekenship.
Yes.
And all the rest wait till next week. And then under new business, the reason that we're having such a shuffling around in the prison is our longtime deputy warden has announced his retirement. So he did a great job, Mr. Bowman, for the prison. He did a great job as a deputy warden. The time I've been here, he was good to work with. But he decided to enjoy retirement, I think after 31 years. I think he said 31 plus years of service to the police and the county prison and everything. So that's why that's why all the prison actions are going on. But we appreciate his service. To the
I wasn't here last week for the prison board, but before the board took place, Buchanan called me and said, listen, I'd like to have Bowman give the board's report as and I talked to Judge Russell. That sounds great. So he was very honored to be able to do his last official act of the prison board meeting was to give the board's report for the county.
So that's why I've been shuffling around with the prison so much. So I just want to acknowledge his retirement and service to the county. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, sir.
Thank you.